Hi, hello there, welcome to my channel, Maze's Life, where in today's video I'm going to go over my week 3 spending from June 2026. So, we're going to go ahead and get started, but here on the screen you can see my monthly budget. This is how I budget, and then I break it down week to week. Here at the top left hand corner I have my net income. First line, it's the same, nothing's changed. I didn't receive any extra stipends, but it's my HR analyst job. That's my 9 to 5 or 7:30 to 4, if you will. Then I have my food stand concessions job, which I work at the food stands mainly, but yesterday I did work for a bar stand, or a beer stand. Yeah, just a beer stand. Bud Light, Michelob Ultras, Elysian, and then a few other ones, like a vodka, soda, spritz, that sort of thing. And then I have my estimated pay here in red. So I predicted to make $3,000 take home from my second job that I work from 4:30 to about 10. So I work 15-hour days, Monday through Friday, and then 6-hour days, Saturdays and Sunday. So I work every single day, 15 hours or 16 hours a day. Sorry, 15 hours or 6 hours a day. But with that, I also get tips as well. And my estimated pay, this is what I estimated to make, because based off those tips, it could change. For the month of June, because I get paid every single week with my second job, while with my main job I get paid once a month, I budgeted for 5 paychecks, and I budgeted on the low end of $3,000. So this estimated pay is $3,000 minus what I've already received in the B3 column. I can see my tips and everything that I've made that will be coming on my Monday paycheck, which is tomorrow, and it is about $370. And after taxes, it'll be in the low 300s, upper 200s dollars. So not that much. But then my paycheck after that should be almost $800, the same as it was week 1 and 2. The only reason why it was lower this time around is because I did not work at all this past paycheck except for on Monday and Tuesday, because there just wasn't any games or any opportunities to work. So that's it with my income. So then if I scroll down to my budget section, I have here on my left hand side the expenses. The only thing that changed was for my tithing and church category, I added giving, because before, when I used to tithe or I gave money to church, to my church, it would be to a specific thing at the church. So it would be specifically for a certain missionary trip. There's multiple missionary trips that my church does. I'm not going to give too much details, but it's mainly to either build churches in other places or to help with the rehabilitation and just sending people there to drop off supplies, and then spending a week there to see how they utilize those supplies and how best to use those supplies. And so that's where I prefer to send my money to, if we're like those missionary trips. I obviously don't see anything wrong with sending money to build churches, but I had a preference of sending money to help the people in these impoverished areas. Sorry, I'm trying to not give too much away about my specific church, but I go to a big church, so. But that's what I liked. And then last month I gave money to help facilitate the Bible studies that's in my area. So if they provide food for the Bible studies. They provide reading materials, that sort of thing. I gave money to last month. And then this month, I'm giving to some children's something. It was a children's thing. They asked me out of the blue, and I was like, okay, yeah, sure. I sent $100, and then there was $2 for, so I paid online. You have to pay a service fee to pay online, to donate online. But back in COVID, or all while growing up, it was kind of always said not to give money to like the homeless, the beggars, and whatnot, because they could use that money for drugs or alcohol. You don't know how they're spending that money. And then during COVID, I was watching a YouTube video by a vlogger. Her name's Sarah Ray Vargas. And she was talking about just giving money to people who need help. And if they choose to spend that money on, drugs or alcohol, but that's between them and God. But if someone needs help, why not just help them? And she would oftentimes ask them, like, hey, how much money for you to be able to go home? Or in this specific instance, this person didn't have a house. They were living in a hotel. And they said, how much money to cover your hotel for the week? Or the hotel for the day? Because it was a really cold day, and she lives in Chicago. So sometime during the winter, like winter 2020, 2021. And I always thought about it, like, wow, if somebody needs help, why just help them? Why do you have to judge them for needing help and then automatically assume that, oh, they're using their money for drugs or alcohol? And I thought that was a good point, but in my mind, I was like, well, I can't pay anyone to stay in a hotel for a night. So I just never really thought to do it. And then last summer, I was walking around town with a friend, and someone asked for some money, and she just gave her the money. Didn't even think twice about it. And then there's another time where I was on a date with a guy, and there was a lady outside the Chili's, and she says she just asked for $2 for the bus, and he just gave her the money. Didn't even think about it. And I've always admired that. And then recently I read about Lazarus, and we always hear about Lazarus, the person that was resurrected. But then I was reading about Lazarus and the beggar, and it's led me to think, like, I can just help anyone without automatically judging someone negatively for needing help. And so that is what I also want to do. So that's also why I changed it to giving, because I don't want to if you read that part of the Bible, I don't want to be like the rich man. So I am going to try and focus more on giving without like judgment, if that makes sense. So that's why I put giving there. I'm still going to stay on budget. I can't give everything, but it's something that I definitely want to work into my budget, because it has been something that's been on my heart recently. Or actually not recently, for a long time. But it's just recently that I've decided to start doing it. Anyways, that's it. So with my expenses, and the only change. Then I have my budgeted amount. So my budgeted is just what I budgeted based off of the income. And then here you have the total, and then the income minus expenses. So I still have $416 to budget based off of my estimated pay and whatnot. And I should get more than the $3,000 this month, because I have decided to claim that last paycheck that I'm going to receive on June 28th or 29th, depending on when it hits my account. So I should be getting more than $3,000. But that's for another time. We'll wait until that happens, because we're just going to go ahead and get to the budget finally. So week 3, this is what I've spent. If you see amounts here in week 4, that is my projected spending. So for parking and work, I spent $11.55 on parking. Oh, and then I also put something in the incorrect column. I spent $20.35 on a work luncheon. And then moving down the rest of these columns, either I've already spent money in those columns, or I still need to spend. So that $69.36, that'll be for my bus pass for the rest of the month, that sort of thing. Alright, then I have for my fun categories. So next weekend on Saturday, I am going to go whitewater rafting, and I need a new life jacket. The life jacket that I have now is very loose, it's flimsy, it was just a cheap life jacket that I just got just to have one, and I wanted something more secure, tighter to my body, and that can zip up. So I just went to Walmart, got the cheapest life jacket that they had, and it was $43.07 after tax. I'm going to go ahead and raise up this fund to just $55, just to account for the difference. Alright, household, I haven't spent anything. Electronics and Wi-Fi, that's a reoccurring monthly expense. Gas, I'm sure either next week or the week after I will need to get a tank of gas. I'm currently right now at half a tank of gas, and that is just because of all the driving that I do to my second job. But I'm not complaining, because my second job more than it makes up what I spend in gas. Alright, for gifts, I spent $100.71. I got some things for my friend's baby shower. Alrighty, then we have the food out category. Didn't spend anything. I did not spend anything for the giving category this week. I was going to, and I want to just look for just more organizations to give to. Alright, applied to debt. I didn't send anything, because I typically wait until the last week of the month to send money to debt. But I think I'm going to send some money to debt, because today's Sunday. I should get my paycheck tomorrow. And then I still have another paycheck coming, because that paycheck that I get in 2 weeks is based off of this week's of work, and I worked a lot this week. So I'm going to put $500 to debt as soon as I get done filming. I'm going to send $500 to my credit card. So let me write that down. Alright, savings, already paid myself first. Car maintenance, that's taken care of. Health, I spent $16, I think, on some medication. That sounds about right. I just don't know why it's an even amount. Sometimes I'll click the round up button, so I think that's what it's from. But other than that, that is everything that I've spent for week 3, $737.07. There are things that I was thinking of buying, and they're larger purchases, so I'm thinking about adding it to my next month's budget, but at the same time, I'm thinking, no, don't do that. It's lifestyle adjustment or lifestyle inflation. Now that I have the second job where I make good money, I make almost as much as a 9-to-5, or at least my 9-to-5 job, but bringing home, I think I'll bring home $3,500 this month. That's a good month's worth of income for, if that was even my main job. Obviously I wouldn't be able to pay everything that I do in a month, but It could for a lot of people, especially those that don't live in California. But the things that I wanted to buy were a scale, but one of those scales that track your water weight and exactly how much your left arm weighs and your right arm weighs and all that, because I gained a little weight this week because I typically only eat one meal a day at my job because I get fed for free, and I'm trying to intermittent fast. And when I had the week off work, I was eating a bunch, and then I worked out super heavy, and my body gets very inflamed when I worked out, so I kept a bunch of water weight plus the food weight, and then I hurt myself at working out twice this week. So I was like, let me just get on an Ozempic. It would be less painful. I wouldn't hurt myself, but I'm trying not to have that mentality. But I see ads for, what's it called, semaglutide and tirzepatide on my phone all the time. But I'm trying hard not to make any extra spending on, lifestyle inflation. But I do know that for health, for next week, I have $35 budgeted here for my chiropractor, but I'll probably either see a chiropractor or a massage, or get a massage next week. Again, I had one last week, I'll get another one this week because I hurt myself working out. Just simple things. One was doing a simple lunge, popped my knee. My right leg is swollen. And then the other was lifting a 20-pound kettlebell. I lifted it with my back, felt a sharp pain at my back, stuff like that. So I'll probably be spending money on a massage next week, but that's okay because I have it budgeted. I knew that I would probably need to see one, so I budgeted it. But that is it. That is going to be my week 3 spending for the month of June. Thank you for following along. If you stayed to the end of the video, please like and subscribe. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.